Have you ever wondered what really happened in the infamous Amityville house? This house, nestled in a quiet corner of Amityville, a small town in New York, has been the subject of intrigue for many decades. Its unremarkable exterior belies the chilling stories that have seeped into its walls, stories that have made it one of the most notorious houses in American folklore. A shroud of mystery envelops the Amityville house, a mystery that has been the subject of numerous investigations, books, and films, yet remains unsolved. The house, with its Dutch colonial architecture and distinctive quarter-moon windows, stands as a silent witness to the chilling events of its past. Its reputation for being haunted has transformed it into a symbol of horror, a place where the line between reality and the paranormal seems to blur. At the heart of this enigma is a series of horrific events that transpired within its walls. A tragedy so gruesome that it continues to send shivers down the spine of those who dare to delve into it. But we won't delve into the gory details just yet. Instead, let's take a moment to appreciate the paradox that is the Amityville house. A place that exudes an eerie calm, yet holds within it a tale of terror. The Amityville house is not just a structure of bricks and mortar, it is a testament to the power of stories and the impact they can have on our perception of reality. It's a place that has captured the imagination of millions around the world, creating a narrative that's as fascinating as it is unsettling. As the fog of mystery continues to hang heavy over the Amityville house, it beckons us to explore its dark past, to peel back the layers of its haunted history, and to question what we think we know about this infamous abode. So, if you're ready to venture into the unknown, to confront the chilling tales that lurk in its shadowy corners, then buckle up. Join me as we venture into the chilling timeline of the Amityville horror. Our story begins in the early hours of November 13th, 1974. In the quiet seaside town of Amityville, New York, the tranquility of the night was shattered by a gruesome event that would forever mar its history. In the iconic Dutch colonial-style house at 112 Ocean Avenue, a horrific crime unfolded. Ronald DeFeo Jr., the eldest son of the DeFeo family, methodically and brutally murdered his parents and 4 younger siblings as they peacefully slept. The victims were Ronald Sr., Louise, Dawn, Allison, Mark, and John Matthew, their ages ranging from 9 to 43. As the town awoke to the chilling news, a wave of disbelief swept through the tight-knit community. How could such a monstrous act occur in their peaceful neighborhood? How could a son annihilate his entire family in cold blood? In the aftermath of the terrible crime, Ronald DeFeo Jr. was quickly apprehended by the authorities. He was found wandering the town in a dazed state, telling a tale of a bloodbath at his family home. His initial story claimed that a mob hitman had committed the murders, but as the evidence mounted, DeFeo confessed to the heinous act. His trial was a media circus, capturing the attention of the nation. His defense team attempted an insanity plea, with DeFeo claiming voices in his head commanded him to commit the killings. Yet the jury was unconvinced. Ronald DeFeo Jr. was found guilty on all 6 counts of second-degree murder, sentenced to 6 consecutive life sentences. The aftermath of the DeFeo family tragedy sent ripples of shock and horror far beyond the borders of Amityville. The house where the murders occurred became a symbol of the unthinkable horror that had unfolded within its walls, a grim reminder of the darkness that can lurk in the corners of ordinary lives. With the DeFeo family gone, the house lay empty, awaiting its next inhabitants. In December 1975, The Lutz family moved into the Amityville house, unaware of the horror that awaited them. George and Kathy Lutz, along with their 3 children, were eager to start their new life in the picturesque Long Island home. Little did they know the house harbored a chilling past and an even more terrifying future. The family's ordeal began almost immediately. Strange occurrences became their daily reality. George would wake up at 3:15 every morning, the exact time of the DeFeo murders. The Lutz kids started behaving oddly, forming a strange connection with an imaginary friend named Jody, a demonic pig-like creature with glowing red eyes. Kathy experienced vivid nightmares about the murders and discovered unexplained welts on her chest. Mysterious cold spots appeared throughout the house, even in the dead of summer. An unseen force knocked off paintings from the walls, and doors were slammed shut by invisible hands. The family's German shepherd, Harry, became increasingly agitated, barking incessantly at unseen threats. One night, George saw a hooded figure, its face obscured by shadow, standing silently by the fireplace. The spectral figure bore a striking resemblance to Ronald DeFeo Sr., the father slain in the house over a year ago. In the midst of these supernatural encounters, a priest was called in to bless the house, but the spiritual intervention seemed to infuriate the malevolent forces even more. The priest was warned by a guttural voice to get out, and later suffered from blisters and high fever. The paranormal activities escalated, each day more terrifying than the last. After only 28 days, the Lutz family made the decision to leave. They packed a few essentials, leaving behind most of their possessions. In the chilling winter night, they fled the house, never to return. The Amityville house, now empty, echoed with the remnants of their frightful encounters. The terror the Lutz family experienced remains etched in the annals of the supernatural, a chilling reminder of the unseen forces that may lurk in the ordinary. The Lutz family fled, leaving behind a legacy of fear and questions. As news of the Lutz family's ordeal spread, skeptics and believers clashed. The haunting of Amityville House had become a spectacle, an eerie tale that gripped the nation and the world. But as the spotlight on the family's chilling ordeal grew brighter, so did the skepticism. There were those who questioned the authenticity of the accounts, doubting the possibility of such paranormal occurrences. Some critics pointed out inconsistencies in the Lutz's story, suggesting that the events might have been exaggerated or, worse, entirely fabricated. The debate over whether the Amityville horror was a real haunting or a well-crafted hoax raged on. Over the years, numerous investigations were conducted in an attempt to debunk the Amityville horror. Skeptics and scientists alike turned their analytical eyes on the case, dissecting every detail with a fine-tooth comb. Despite their efforts, no definitive conclusion was reached. The skeptics claimed they found no evidence of supernatural activities, while the believers argued that some things simply couldn't be explained by science. The controversy surrounding the Amityville horror was further fueled by the revelation that the Lutz family had collaborated with author J. Anson to write a book about their experiences. Critics accused the family of concocting the entire story as a publicity stunt to sell books. Even the infamous Amityville horror movie, released in the late 70s, stirred the pot of controversy. While it certainly cemented the Amityville house's place in popular culture, it also led many to question whether the line between fact and fiction had been blurred for the sake of entertainment. Despite all the skepticism and controversies, the Amityville house continues to intrigue and terrify. Its ominous presence, coupled with the horrific events associated with it, has turned it into a symbol of supernatural horror. The debate over the authenticity of the Amityville horror story may never be settled, but one thing is certain: it has left an indelible mark on the world of paranormal lore. Despite the controversies, the Amityville house remains a symbol of supernatural horror. The Amityville horror has left an indelible mark on pop culture. Its chilling tale has transcended beyond the confines of the infamous Dutch colonial house at 112 Ocean Avenue. The story has become a cultural phenomenon, inspiring countless interpretations across various media. From Jay Anson's best-selling book in 1977 to the numerous films that followed, the Amityville horror has been a staple in the horror genre. Anson's book, The Amityville Horror: A True Story, was the first to chronicle the supposed haunting, and it quickly became a sensation. The success of the book led to the 1979 film, which was a box office hit, and has since spawned a series of sequels, prequels, and remakes, each one aiming to capture the eerie essence of the original tale. The Amityville horror has also found its way into the realm of documentaries, with several filmmakers attempting to dissect the truth behind the frightful events. These documentaries often delve into the DeFeo family tragedy and the Lutz family's experiences, aiming to shed light on the chilling occurrences that have intrigued the world for decades. Beyond the books, films, and documentaries, the house itself has become a macabre tourist attraction. Despite the dark history, or perhaps because of it, countless curious visitors flock to the site each year, drawn by the allure of the unknown and the thrill of the supernatural. The Amityville horror's influence on horror fiction is undeniable. It has set the tone for haunted house narratives, with its mix of family tragedy, alleged supernatural occurrences, and the skepticism that often surrounds such tales. Its enduring legacy has shaped the way we approach and consume horror, making it a cornerstone of the genre. Whether a chilling true story or a fabricated tale, the Amityville horror continues to captivate and terrify us. Its impact extends far beyond the small town of Amityville, reaching into the depths of our collective fear and fascination with the unknown.